Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. We have officially entered the early winter situation here, I guess is the best way to put it. I'm picking grooming tools as we go. So yes, I am no longer in my uniform. I have broken out the coveralls. And yeah, I'm sure the angle that I'm filming this is making them look really good on me too, you know, the whole looking like I'm wearing a diaper situation with sweatpants underneath the coveralls. I certainly feel bulky, but the things I do for the good of the goats. I did actually have a jacket on as well, and I managed to get a little too warm, so we're right at that stage. Yeah, it's still above freezing, but there's wind, and of course in the barn there's no sun to warm you up, so it's a little too warm for what I'm wearing, but also a little too cold. Sorry about that. Needed to move the bucket. A little too cold for going without. So today I'm erring on the side of not being cold while I get this stuff done. The girls here, oh, what's going on there? Misty's got somebody pulled a good chunk of hair out of her. Probably one of the other goats. Thankfully, she's got plenty of time to grow that back out before the next show. Here's hoping anyway. That challenge happens when they have kids too. Sometimes the kids chew on their hair, and that will create bald spots that are not really good for the show ring. So it's disappointing to see one already, but it happens. You've seen the herd has been hormonal and they're working on each other's nerves, I suppose, just a hair. So what's going to happen now as we groom these guys, as the weather has shifted to colder, is they're going to start to grow in their cashmere undercoat. Those that have it. As you know, I breed to try not to have too much cashmere undercoat for multiple reasons. One, it detracts from the, show standard of how they should look and feel in the ring and how their coat texture should be. And two, it's a pain in the rear end in the spring when it sheds out, and I have to make sure that I get it all groomed out before it becomes a tangled mess. And I always manage to at least fall behind on a couple of goats when it comes to that. So better for them, better for me, better for show if they don't have it. But of course, that is an area that's evolving with these guys. And not every goat has no cashmere. Some have a lot, others have very little, and some have none. And it's not a requirement in the show ring yet to have none. But most breeders, myself included, when we show them, we get all of that undercoat, that cashmere, fluffy stuff out of their coat, because it does detract from the look, the overall look and feel of the goat's coat, which is one of the more important features of the goat. So Misty is sort of a 50-50 goat. She does not get a thick layer of cashmere, but she does get some. Her daughter Persephone gets much less, so that's the direction we want to go. When it comes to sort of classifying the herd, JC and Emma get very little, but of course their coats aren't very thick to begin with, so they're easy enough. Lotus and Sock Monkey do not have undercoat at all, which is yay, exactly what I want. Who else do we have? We talked about Misty and Persephone. Fanta has a ton. She looks like a sheep in the spring, but she also has no coat otherwise, so that's healthier for her anyway. And who else do I have? I'm missing some folks. Denali has a ton. She gets a really thick cashmere undercoat, and so she takes a lot of work to get that out. And then Ren. Ren does not appear to have any as well, which puts her in the yay category for me. But we will see, you know, she's only having her second winter here. So we'll see if anything changes by spring next year. And then from a boy's perspective, see, it's starting to come in already, all that fluffy stuff. It's not a lot, but we don't want to encourage that thick, heavy cashmere coat. They don't need it. It doesn't keep them warm. I mean, certainly, yes, it does, I guess, help keep them warm, but they don't need it to keep warm. And it's more detrimental to them to have it because it hurts coming out in the spring and having to brush it all out and getting it, you know, untangled. They'd be much happier if they didn't have to spend those couple of hours on the stand every spring. And so would I. Because when their grooming is like this, I mean, we're literally done. I took the time before we recorded to do her hooves, which were in good shape, thankfully. All it takes this time of the year is a quick brush through. Make sure there's no vegetation stuck in there. I use a double brush process just because at this time of the year, it feels like it goes so fast. I'm laying hands on them really more so than anything, especially now, right? When we think they're all pregnant. I'm certainly not looking for udders yet because they wouldn't have any, but that'll be something that I start to do in the January, February timeframe as due dates come around. But yeah, this time of the year, grooming is fast, furious, and easy. So from me and Misty, I hope you're having a fabulous day wherever you are in this world. I hope you don't have to wear coveralls like I do. And we will talk to you at the next one. Bye for now.